Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of One Man Stream. In today's episode we're going to cover the topic of replay, and I can't believe that we haven't covered this topic before. It's actually one of my favorite elements of vMix, the ability to do replay. Today's episode is actually a subscriber request. Pastor Emmanuel sent me an email and he asked if we could do a vMix UTC setup. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you this replay setup that we have right here. In today's episode, we are just going to cover the elements of the setup itself. And then in part two, we're actually going to dive into these buttons and let you look behind these buttons to see exactly what's going on. But let's go ahead and get started. On each one of these label widgets, I have it listed what the function of the particular region of the vMix UTC setup is for. And this one right here is for event lists. So let's go ahead and bring the picture-in-picture in. And you can see as I click through these event list buttons, it actually toggles through the event lists in the vMix replay. And there's a lot more lists than what I use. I've never used more than 8 lists, but the way that I have this set up here is lists 1 through 4. List 5 I have pregame, and 6 I have as first half highlights, 7 is second half highlights, and then 8 is the melt, which is the best highlights from the entire production. This next segment here is moving inside an event list, and what this does, let's go back to the first list, and this is going to select the first item in the list, and then this will allow us to move through that list so that we can choose a particular replay that we want. So let's go ahead up to this one here. This one has a little bit of action in it, and we're going to click this button right here that's entitled Play Selected Event. Now this next section here is Event Playout, and what that allows us to do is we can automatically select the last event, which comes in really handy when we're using these preset audio clip creation buttons right here, and I'll get to those in just a minute. But say you just created a 10-second clip that you really like, then you click this play last event, it's automatically going to play the last event that you created. Also, this one right here is play the event list. So let's go ahead and select the first item in this list, and then we're going to go ahead and click play event lists. And it's going to bring in some of the replays that we've already created. And we'll go ahead and stop that, and we'll bring this back in. So this section right here that I didn't mention, this is the replay on and the replay off sections. If I click on the replay on button, if you look right here where I'm indicating, that's going to turn red. And you can see where it turns red, and then it tells us the time that we have remaining, recording time that we have remaining on our hard drive. And then this button here is replay off, and that's going to turn it back off. This next section right here is called moving an event within a list, and the reason that I use this and I have this button included in the setup is sometimes I like to change the sequence of the replays that I have within a particular list. So let's just go ahead and create or select this top one, and I'm going to click on move selected replay, move selected event down, and as I do that, that number 10 event that I originally selected is moving down the list. Now I'm going to click this other button that says move event up, and we're going to bring it back to its rightful spot, back up to the top, so everything is numerical once again. This next section is copying an event to another list, and copying an event to another list is actually better than the name that I have on here is move clip, because moving a clip kind of infers that you're taking it in one list and putting it in another list, and that's not what we're doing at all. What we're doing is we're from this master list, or this list number 1, what we're doing is we're going to create a copy of it and we're going to put it into another list. So I'll show you how that works real quick. On this number 10, let's look in event list 3, and we only have one event in event list 3, and that's number 30. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to select event 10, and then we're going to click on this button that says move to list 3. All right, so now let's go to list 3, and you'll look and you'll see that we do now have clip number 10 in event list 3. That's the way that I go about creating these highlight lists: the pregame, the first half, the second half, and the melt. That's how I go about doing that. This next section here is replay A select and replay B select, and what this does is it allows you to select a particular camera that you want to use. If you have multiple camera angles of the same play, it allows you to select what angles or what cameras that you want to run in your replay. And you can see right here where I'm indicating where it says A and B, I only have one camera that is available to me because this is the vMix 4K. If I had the vMix Pro version, I would have 4 cameras in replay A and 4 cameras in replay B, and that's when these buttons here will really come into play. The next section is the auto clip creation, and that allows me to create clips on the fly. I just click whichever button I want to use, the 5-second, the 10-second, the 20-second, and the 60-second. And what that does is from the moment that you click that button, it goes back that many seconds in time. So if I click this button here, it's going to start in real time and it's going to go back 5 seconds. This one is going to start in real time, go back 10 seconds, this one 20 seconds, and this one 60 seconds. 60 seconds seems like an awfully long clip, but this is kind of my oh crap button. If I'm doing something else within the production and I've missed something, if I click this, it'll go back 60 seconds in time and capture that clip that I missed. And then what I do is I come back and I use this manual clip adjustment, these manual clip adjustment buttons to select the portion of that 60-second clip that I really want. And what these buttons here do is it allows me to reselect the in point and reselect the out point. So I can take a 60-second clip and I can take it down to 2 seconds if I want to. If you're a 3-play person and you've worked with that system before, this is more like what you would do in 3-play, where you're marking the in point and you're marking the out point. You're doing that manually. This section over here is replay speed, and I have it set for 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. And I'll go ahead and show you how that works. Let's go back to list 1. We're going to play selected event, and then I'm going to slow it down 50%. Let's play that event clip again, and let's bring it to 75%, and then take it back to full 100%. This next section is where we can play the clip in forward direction or in reverse direction. So let's play the clip again, and now we can play it in reverse direction. Take it back to forward direction. We can pause the clip, and this is the cool part right here. This is jump frames forward and jump frame backwards. So what I'll do is I'll click on this, and it's going to go through a frame at a time. So let's see if the fighter actually lands a punch here. So each time I click on it, it's moving the number of frames that I've told it to move forward. Let's play this clip out. All right, so that clip has a little bit more action in it. So let's see if some of those punches were actually landed. So let's go ahead and we're gonna play the clip. We're gonna slow it down to 50%. When we get, okay, right there, I'm gonna go ahead and clip on jump frames. I'm gonna run it back. And then we're gonna run it forward, and we're gonna see if that punch actually landed. And no, it was just a glancing shot. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the Replay Selected Event with Stinger button. Let's click on that. Okay, and what prompted me to put together this setup, I have this gadget right here and I absolutely love it. I actually have the entire setup, my vMix UTC setup, I actually have it set up on my X-Keys 68 jog and shuttle wheel, and this is what actually allows me to do frame by frame right here, and then the outer wheel actually allows me to change direction very quickly on the fly. And I love this. It's just that I know everyone doesn't have this, and I wanted a way that they could actually incorporate replay into their production without having to go out and purchase one of these guys, and that's how I came up with this setup that I'm showing you here today. If you look at your main vMix production and you go up here where I'm indicating right here and you click on this question mark is actually going to bring in this right here for you. And what this is the online help for vMix. If you scroll through the online help for vMix and you go down here to where it says shortcut functions reference, this is where I get all of my information for when I'm programming my keys or when I'm putting commands into my keys. These are all the ones for replay. These are the commands for scripting. They are separated by different titles. So the ones that I use for replay are all right here. And the cool thing about this is it actually tells you the parameters for that particular command that you're using. So let me just come down here to the one that says select speed, which is what we did when we had the 25%, the 50%, the 75%, and the 100%. The command is replay set speed, but the value that we're going to put in is from 0 to 1. So for 25%, you would go 0.25. For 50%, it would be 0.50. 75 would be 0.75. And then 100% would be 1. Once again, thanks for spending your time with me. That's our episode for today. If you like this tutorial and this tutorial series, please give me a thumbs up and a like, and make sure that you do subscribe so that you'll be alerted as soon as new videos are posted. Please, if you get a chance, stop by our website, www.onemanstream.com. We have a lot of information there. I'm going to go ahead and post this vMix UTC setup that I have. I'm going to go ahead and post that there. And that way, when you tune back into part 2 next week, you'll have the whole setup and you'll actually be able to follow along. Or if you want to get a head start on next week's episode, you can actually look at the commands that I've used for the particular buttons, how I have them set up, and how I use them. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Pastor Emmanuel, for sending in the request. Make sure you do send in your comments and your requests. And if you have just a moment, stop by on the YouTube page, on the community page. I've posted a poll, and it's kind of a way that I'm gauging the pulse of our little community that we've started here. And I'm trying to get an idea of where I need to be going in future tutorials. So I haven't had a lot of feedback yet. I think I've only had about 12 or 13 people respond. So if you have a minute, please respond to that poll, and it'll give me an idea of where I need to be going in future tutorials. As always, I do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend.